So, first group A with Qatar, Ecuador, Netherlands, and Senegal. I think that there won't be many surprises in this group. The Netherlands first, Senegal second, who have higher quality than Qatar and Ecuador. The next group is Group B, which is an interesting group. Anything can happen, but I think that Wales could come out from this group as the first because they have quality players who can threaten England, considering that it will be up for it, which although it has quality, it also has Gareth Southgate as a coach. That's why I think Wales first, England second. USA and Iran could create problems, but the lack of quality could still cause them in the end of the placement in the knockout phase. So Wales first, England second. Next group is Group C with Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Here, like 99% of the people, they will put Argentina first. They look united, organized. They have excellent players, led of course by Captain Messi. They are unbeaten in 35, 36 games in a row, so they're certainly first. Poland and Mexico will fight for a second place, although both have been playing banned tournaments lately. But I think that this time they have a chance to win against Mexico, which is weaker than in recent years. Of course, Saudi Arabia is fourth because they simply don't have quality. So Argentina first, Poland for me is second. And the next group is Group D with France, Denmark, Australia, and Tunisia. Here, perhaps to some people, surprise. I put Denmark first because they have been playing fantastically for the last 3 years. In the qualifiers for the World Cup, they won first place with 27 points, and in the League of Nations, they taught the French a lesson twice. Who, although they have probably the best players behind Brazil, are still struggling, and against the Denmark, they will have a hard time getting the first place. Australia and Tunisia, they are too weak to fight with Denmark and France. So for me, Denmark is first, France second. Now we are in Group E. Group E says Germany, Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica. For me, I think that Germany is the favorite of this group. They have a good team. They have a very good coach. So I think their quality, especially in attack, will come to the fore. I choose Japan for the second place because Spain doesn't look very good, especially with their attack and defense. They are at best. They also have a lot of young players which could come to the fore. So I prefer Japan in this group because they have a very talented team that can create a surprise, especially against such vulnerable Spain. Costa Rica, the weakest team in the group, in my opinion, so it will remain so. So Germany first, Japan second. Group F is a very balanced group with Croatia, Belgium, Morocco, and Canada. Croatia is coming to this World Cup as the vice champion of the world. It was first in the group in the qualifications, first in the League of Nations ahead of France and Denmark. So they are in great shape before the World Cup. They have an excellent midfield that will cause big problems to other national teams and young, high-quality defense. Their only problem is their attack, but given that they have one of the strongest midfields, that won't be a problem for them. That's why, for me, they are in first place in this group. And I give second place to Belgium, even though they look like a much weaker team than the last years. I still think they have enough quality to manage to get second place, although it will be very close with Morocco, who are dangerous team and who might even be a surprise in the group, considering that with the new coach they look very, very good. But I think they will still finish third. But everything is possible, So in this group, so they could be even first. Canada also has a good team, but I think they are a little bit short compared to the others. So for me, Croatia first, Belgium second. Group G is Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Cameroon. Brazil enters this World Cup as one of the favorites, so everything is clear. They will be first in the group. The quality of their players is amazing, and I give second place to Serbia, who have a very good generation, especially in forward position. And it must also be mentioned that in the World Cup qualifiers, they finish ahead of Portugal in first place, so Serbia must be taken very seriously. Switzerland, which defeated France at Euros 2020, will fight against Serbia for second place, but in my opinion, Serbia will still be too strong for Switzerland. Cameroon is okay team, but they are still weaker than Switzerland and Serbia, so for me, my first place is for Group G is Brazil and second is Serbia. And last group is Group H with Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, and South Korea. I give the first place to Portugal because I think that although there are a lot of good teams in this group, there are still two strong teams to be weaker than the first place. So I put Portugal in first place. The second place for me is Uruguay. They have a very good team with very few weaknesses. They could be a surprise like they were in 2010. Ghana and South Korea have a couple of quality individuals, but I think it will be sufficient